This is my experience loading GXP files to my Garmin Zumo XT2 for the first time. I've been using this Garmin Zumo XT2 for a little over a year now on the BMW adventure bike, and I've used it to go all over the country, about 12,000 miles worth so far, and had really good luck with it. Now, the way that I generally have used it is I do the where to, and I either go home, I put in a recent address, I can enter an address, or maybe I'm looking for categories like restaurants near me, and it's worked pretty well. Once in a while, if I type in an address, it isn't as rock solid as, say, going to your phone and typing in something into, say, Google Maps and finding it that way. So what I've recently found out is you can go to this Tread app, which you should have anyway, because the Tread app is how it tells the Garmin if there's traffic ahead, and it reroutes you around traffic jams. So within your Tread app, you can go and say, I want to go to, I don't know, culinary dropout, and search for it, and it'll find it. You click on it, and then there's a thing in the corner that says send to device. So and then it'll say over here, okay, you want to go there? Yes, okay. So that's a handy way that the search engine on the Tread app seems maybe a little bit better if you're having issues with your Garmin. And then that way it'll send it. Yes. It'll send it over to your Garmin, and you can go on from there. So that's all fine and good. More recently, I started planning a ride to do old Route 66, which is from Chicago to Santa Monica, which is basically LA. And on that route, it's a little unique because you're not just plugging in from Chicago, take me to LA. You are going on a different route than what may be the fastest. So if you want to ride the old Route 66, you have to get a different map set up. There are multiple ways to do that. So I hopped on Google and I started looking up different map options. And you can get anything from an old book that's basically a map that lays it out in black and white, which is fine in a car if you've got a co-pilot that can read the map and tell you where to go. On a bike, it's a little bit different. You almost need something electronic, and I have this cool Garmin, why not figure out a way to use it? I found one option that sold a PDF that has links in it for that little portion, but it was all phone-based, and it was a Google Map type thing. So you would go to that in the PDF, pull it up, and say map to it, and then use Google Maps from your phone to get to wherever you're going. So you're using Google Maps on your phone instead of using the Garmin. I like having the phone for other things like the radar detection app, thermal vision when I'm using that. So I really wanted to use the Garmin for my navigation. So that really wasn't a solution. The more I dug, I found that the Garmins can use what they call a GPX file. So let's say you find a Google map, because there are people on Reddit and some of the forums that have done a Route 66. Some of them are pretty elaborate. They'll have a route and they will actually label every restaurant, gas station, attraction, all this. They put a lot of effort into it. But again, if it's on Google Maps, you're forced to use your phone, not your Garmin. But there are utilities that can convert. So if you had a conversion utility for Google Map to GPX file, then you get a utility like Maps to GPX is the first one that shows up. And you can use that, and it'll take your Google Map and it'll convert it to a GPX that you then can put onto your Garmin. Now, the next question, of course, I came up with is, okay, that's all fine and good. How do I get it onto the Garmin? So the more I searched, I finally found a supplier that would sell you GPX files for the entire Route 66 ride, and that's what I really wanted. So I paid for that. It was 50 bucks or whatever, and I have all this in a zip file, like 13 days of rides with full route and all the points. So that saved me having to do the conversion of a Google map to a GPX file. So the next thing I noticed is that when I pull it up, GPX files, it actually says that it is a Guitar Pro 6 document, which confused me. But because I have Guitar Pro on my computer, on my laptop, and Guitar Pro is a program for writing music. It generates sheet music when I do my songwriting. It also has GPX as an extension. So that was confusing, but most of you aren't going to have that problem unless you're songwriters that happen to use Guitar Pro as well. Back to the files. Now I get all these files, 13 days of the routes and the points and everything, and now I have to get those onto the Garmin. I started to look more at connecting to the Garmin, and I thought I would need the Garmin Express app. So I went to Garmin Express, and you can download it for Windows or for Mac. And I downloaded Windows. So then you can simply plug it in at the port at the bottom of your Garmin. And this is where, yes, tapped. So it says tap to connect to computer, fine. Continue, okay. And then it says Garmin Express. So now I am officially connected between my Garmin and the laptop. Now right up here it says you're up to date, but that's because I updated it yesterday. What needs to be updated sometimes is the software as well as the maps. Now there is a way to do it without this Garmin Express app. You can actually go in here and you can say update, and then you got to type in your Wi-Fi account and password, and I don't like having to type stuff on there if I don't have to. So I used the app Garmin Express to update it instead. So for me, that was easier. Then I started looking around on here for how do I get the GPX files from my computer onto the Garmin. Well, you don't actually use anything on the Express app. All right, so if I go to a new Explorer window, and you can see down here, it says ZUMO XT2, and then its internal storage, and there is a folder called GPX. And that is where I dropped all of those route files. Again, there's 13 days of travel put in there. So it'll take you from, say, day one, they went from Chicago to Springfield. Day two was Springfield to St. Louis. Now for me, and most of you, you're gonna do your own route anyway. You wanna follow that path, but you may not wanna spend only an hour and a half of riding that day. I tried to make 4 to 6 hour days of riding, stop at sites along the way, but I don't necessarily want to spend 2 full weeks out there doing just Route 66. You could spend a month out there. There's so much to see and do, but I was trying to get closer to about a week or so. And so this at least gives you a starting point, and I can say, I want day one to go from here to here. Hey, I'm not tired yet. I'm gonna go ahead and go day two or whatever. So I pulled up from my other folder on the desktop and just copied them here and pasted them over here, and now they are on the Garmin. Now the Garmin not only has internal storage, but it also has a memory chip, if I remember right. Somewhere down here you can put a memory disk in there as well, I believe. Now maybe that's for if you have massive maps, but this is a 2,400 mile ride with a ton of points along the way that I was able to fit on here no problem. So if you do run out of space, you do have that option as well. Once the files are on the Garmin. The next step you do is disconnect it. And that's not all of it. You still have to import the file into the Garmin. So let's turn it back on. If you start up like this, you're going to go to Explore. Okay, so the first thing you have to do, and mine are already in there, but the first thing that you have to do is import. And so I went into where it knows the GPX files, and I just hit Selected All and OK, and that's what brought it all over. Now, when I did that, I also selected to create a new folder called Route 66. Sorry, they don't call it folder, they call it collection. And so if you look on here, collections, I have Route 66. And so everything related to that is here. Currently, I have all the routes in there. You can see they show up. I've got day 1 through 13. Day 1 is actually just shows up like this, but they're all routes. So you see you have 2 little pins with a straight line. That's a route. All right, so when you go into Garmin Explorer, you have all, which is everything, points, routes, all of it. And again, you have day 1 is a route, and then all these flags are just points along the way. I think they call them waypoints. And so you've got all that in there. Now you can select, again, you can view it by different ways. You can say, I want to look at waypoints. Another thing down here, you see there's routes and then there's tracks. So my understanding is that a route is a specific item in the GPX file, but you can also have tracks that you can create based on the waypoint. So if you put in, I want to go to this gas station, this restaurant, this gas station, you can create a track, which is kind of like a route, but not exactly, but it uses waypoints to go through them. So sometimes it says that you may not always get all the routes to come over and import correctly, but you can build tracks off the waypoints. That's getting way over my head, but it's just something I saw that I'll make a note for you guys watching as well to be aware of. So you do have those options with tracks as well as the routes. And then you have the waypoints, and you could do a search on your waypoints too and say, all right, I want to look at everything in New Mexico. And these are all the different, there's Albuquerque, there's Gallup, Pruitt, Thoreau, Tumancari, all these different spots. So that's basically how you would use this. I would say, okay, first day I'm here at the Route 66 begin, I'm going to go to that route. And at that point, then all you do is hit go. And it says you've got 217 miles to get to Springfield, 5 hours, 38 minutes, and go. And then it takes you there. So, and then you can see it's got all the little waypoints along the way. So it'll show you all the points of interest. But for a ride like the Route 66, this is important because, now you're taking the actual Route 66 and you're not just getting shoved off on interstate, because the whole point of Route 66 is to not be an interstate any more than you have to and ride that old road. Now there are parts of Route 66 that you just can't ride anymore. And I think for that, it takes you to Interstate 40 or something. But now the other thing I'm going to note here is that when I was looking for how to do this, a lot of places said, oh, put it on your phone and then use it through the Tread app. Well, I tried doing that. However, there was a bit of an issue I had in finding the right folders. So if you're on your Samsung and you go to My Files, you can look in there, but they weren't showing up. despite that I actually had gone over here to, let's see, I guess I have to go to transfer files. And so you can look at internal storage, and you've got documents, you've got downloads. I just struggled to get them in the folder that this could then see, or that I could find them through the Tread app. So what I ended up doing is just taking the zip folder that I bought from the supplier and extracted them onto the phone, and then that created the whole library of the files. And from that point, then I went over to the Tread app. And on the Tread app, you can then go to saved. And in here, you can see I already have them in there, the routes, which now this matches this. And I have my collections, and I have a Route 66 and everything. So I set them up the same way. I basically wanted to go through the same process on both devices. And from here, once you have them loaded, then you go up here and you can import data, GPX, same as what I had to do over here on importing those files as well. Except here I had the select all option. I don't know how to do that over here. But you do have the import data, and then you can select each one and bring it over as well. And you can set up your collections too. So to me, I don't understand why everybody on the web was saying go to the Tread app. It just seems a lot more sensible and efficient to go right to your Garmin and put it on there. So now I've successfully updated my Garmin. I have purchased the Route 66 GPX files from the supplier. I have loaded them to the Garmin device and the phone technically as well for backup. And I have them imported into the Garmin Explorer collection for Route 66, ready to go, so that when I start the trip up there in Chicago, I can hit that first trip or route, and it will take me where I need to go to stay on Route 66 and not get derailed to the interstate unless I have no other options. So now I'm looking forward to actually trying this all for the first time and riding old Route 66. If you haven't done so, please click the link below to subscribe, click the little bell for notifications, and let's live for today.